Americans, you guys like to put your drugs in the fucking
Technically,
in the
we're the weird ones because it is called the medicine cabinet for a
Right.
reason, right?
Yes.
So in theory, you should be putting medicine in there as opposed to beauty products.
Yeah.
I can picture my medicine cabinet right now.
Yeah.
It's like shaving cream, razors, hair products, skin products,
Yeah.
dental floss,
Yes.
lotions. There is not a single drug in that entire cabinet.
Right? I think that's like one of the biggest differences
Huh.
that you can find.
I'm curious to know, guys, if you're not Asian, do you also do this or do you actually keep medicine
Yo,
in your
Linji
thing?
is literally like, you're fascinated right now.
Welcome to the Worst Asian Podcast, where a couple Asian American millennials give you our shitty opinions on all things Asian. My name is Linji. I'm here with my co-host. His name is Ben.
Yo, what's up, man?
Happy September.
Woo. Oh shit, it's September already.
It's September
right?
already.
Wow, it's chilly.
No,
Damn.
it's not.
Summer's over. I wonder how many times our listeners can figure out we're just being sarcastic.
You mean about the dates and the specific time of the year?
Oh shit, Happy New Year, dude.
I mean, here too. It gets a bit confusing because I have to lay out the calendar.
Yeah.
So I have to talk in the mindset. Not that it really matters whether it's actually September or not, but happy September, Ben.
Happy September. We're doing a little time traveling, multiverse kind of thing,
Thank you for coming to my son's birthday party the other day.
Yes, that was actually very, very nice. Thank you for the invite.
Was it you? Okay.
What were you saying?
One thing.
What?
I'm not always trying to shit on Ben, but
Oh
Ben,
my god.
But when it was the day before the birthday party and Ben texts me, "Oh, do you need anything? I'm
Yeah.
coming.
Oh yeah.
What would you like me to bring?" I said, "Don't bring anything, Ben. Just
Exist.
no. I said just come with clothes and not drunk." Ben did one of those two things. I'm not gonna say which one he did. I said come with clothes and not drunk, and Ben only did one of those two things.
Bro, I came from work, bro.
Which one do you think he did?
I did.
Which one do you think you did, guys?
I definitely came naked. You said there was a swimming pool.
Do you automatically get onto that what's that pedophile list as soon as you show up naked in front of kids?
Oh yeah. Fuck the sex offender list.
Yeah, sex offender list. There you go. There.
Certified lover boy, certified pedophile. Pow pow.
I like how you came and you came drunk.
Yeah.
You had zero food and you only had whiskey and
Yeah.
beer
And
at the party.
and what was great about it was I didn't have to do shit after. That was so great.
Oh, you went home afterwards.
I just went home, bro.
Oh, okay, nice.
I
Did you
went
pass out?
home. I passed out. Bro, it was probably one of the best sleeps I ever had. I was so happy. Look, I'm not gonna lie. Two factors. I came right and I saw everyone blah blah. You brought a glorious plate of food. And I was really grateful about it. Linji was really nice enough. He's like, yo, just effing eat, right?
Yeah.
I think it was probably like because he needs food. Because I'm fat already. And
Ben looked like he was lacking calories from his body.
yes, but the thing is that two things. I can't eat and drink at the same time. And also, and this is where I sound like a dick, but the plate of food, when I looked at it, I was like, I'm not going to want it. Because I was like, I'll make my own plate, right? And I remember as soon as I said, I'm going to go get a plate, you brought me the plate. And I was like, shit, thank you. I was like, I don't like eating most of this shit on this plate.
Guys, let me know if Ben is an ungrateful bastard or not.
Yes, I this is where I do this.
Please,
Say.
let me know if he's an ungrateful guy.
Hear me out. So literally the things that you had is almost what I kind of had when I went out last night while I was drinking soju and eating. And this is the thing. Linji loves Korean food. And also Linji is technically Korean. But for me, some of those things
Technically Korean.
I'm so sick of eating now.
Kimbap.
Kimbap, japchae. I don't know those tteokbokki, but there was a lot of japchae. And I get really turned off. Even when like my parents buy it now, I'm like, all right, that's all for you guys. They know already.
I also
like,
put ribs and
you
I
put some
ribs
sausage.
and sausage and
The sausage was good.
ribeye steak onto the plate for you.
Yeah, I didn't see the ribeye, but I had the sausage was delicious.
Yes.
There was brisket. Was there brisket?
Not brisket. There was ribs and there was a ribeye.
that was
a
the rib?
ribeye steak.
Oh fuck that rib. Yeah.
Less ums, please, Ben. You're
Sorry.
You're
And I
out of
ate that.
control.
I ate that. It was delicious. But then what was more delicious was Linji's glorious bottle of Johnny Walker Blue. And I was like, whoa, this is here lonely. I was like, you need some company.
I rarely get to. Nowadays, I don't really drink as much. I don't know if I talked about this on the podcast, but I am drinking,
Water.
not consciously trying to drink less, but just as a matter of fact, I'm drinking far less than I used to, which also means
That's
that
great.
my liquor cabinet has stuff that I generally can't go through. So I'm currently going through I'm still going through that bottle of Belvini. So I don't want to open up another bottle of something else and just have it sit there for too long.
Okay.
So when people were over and everyone was having beer and there was enough people that I knew would actually drink something nice, that's when I opened the bottle of blue. I was like, all right, I think we can finish this today. And of course, the few guys that drank it was like 5 people.
Yeah, at least 5.
6 people on one bottle is actually not a lot, but we ended up finishing that and it was fine. They had enough, it was good, and no one was overly drunk from it. Because
Yeah.
if you have something nice and you overdrink it, it feels like a waste. You know what I'm trying to say?
Yeah. I think we got to the point where when we drink, I realize I do like the nicer stuff, so I can't drink as much of the shittier stuff.
You mean you don't like that Corona Light that I gave you?
The Corona was delicious because, let's be real, sometimes having the first beer is always the best fucking drink.
Especially because it was a bit hot outside.
Yeah, exactly. It's the perfect thing. Like, I think beer is, when you have one, it's the perfect drink you can have, especially on a hot summer day. And that first beer, there's something about that slaps.
That slaps. Yes,
Slaps.
it does.
You know, we're becoming
Gen Z.
is it? Do people still say the word cool? Can we say that, or is that like not cool to say cool? Is it hip?
Cool.
We sound older now.
Slapping.
I think we're just adding more years.
Mid.
Yeah, we're mid. We're mid at best. But yeah, Linji had a bottle of Johnny Blue. He blessed us with it. When I got there, it was already halfway through.
Yeah.
I was like, shit, I gotta catch up, bro. But it was delicious. It was more delicious than the chapcha. I apologize.
That you
but I
didn't
don't
have any
apologize.
of it. It's fine. It's fine. You showed up, and that's fine. That's all that matters.
And I followed the wish list.
What did you get for my son? I forgot.
But it was Pokemon related. Yo, also,
Did you get him that Pokemon, that talking Pokemon thing?
Shoot, I don't know. I got something that said Pokemon Trainer. It was a box. It was in a box, which everything is a fucking box.
I was like, wow.
It had a Pokeball on it. Like,
Thank you for distinguishing the gift. It came in the box. It came in a cardboard box.
it was. It wasn't refurbished.
It wasn't refurbished.
It didn't have that sticker on it.
It came in its unopened original box. Thank you, Ben.
The sticker that says "like new."
Okay.
It was a lot of fun, though.
It was a good weekend. It was good seeing everyone. I always find these parties to be a lot of work to prep for.
Yeah.
But during the party, I'm always having a good time. My wife even said, "Oh, I can tell you're having a good time because you opened the bottle for people." And usually I wouldn't do that.
You know how I know you're having a good time too? There was one period where we're outside. This is gonna sound creepy, but I was trying to like checking on you or looking at you from afar. But I was so drunk and sunbathing.
Yeah.
I was like, I could see him. As long as I could see him and he's okay, then he's okay. But those times where you were sitting down, I forgot who you were talking to, but I could tell you were genuinely just like relaxing. I was like, oh shit, he's actually having a drink, just relaxing. Like, he caught up with everything. He has like a breather. That's what it was. You had like a quick breather at least.
Yeah. It's always nice to be around people, even though I'm antisocial.
Linji was he's like before the event, the day before, he's like, my social battery is fucking expired. The battery exploded in the microwave. Get the fuck out. He was saying it before the event started.
I was telling you guys, if I seem rude tomorrow, it's because I'm already tired of
Yeah.
it. Yeah. All right, but thank you to everyone that came to the party. If you're listening to the podcast and you came to the party, thank you, because I won't have one of these again next year. So I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed it. That's literally all you get.
He's like, we'll see you when he's 18.
This took my social energy for the entire fucking summer.
Yeah.
And also thank you to my wife's friend who brought this nice, expensive plate of fruit from H Mart. This
Very.
plate that we just had some before this recording was $20.
Yes.
Which it's a lot of money. It tastes great, but I would never pay for it. So I'm glad someone else paid for it.
Thank you for stimulating the economy.
Thank you.
Helping the Asian businesses.
All right. We're doing another one of our. Actually, is this the first? No. This is the second. Previously, we did an episode on Asian versus Western kitchens, and we compared. Yes, that's a real topic, guys. If you didn't listen to it, that was actually a pretty good episode. You should go back and listen to it. I think it's just titled Asian versus Western kitchens, and we compared the uniquenesses of an Asian kitchen compared to a standard Western American style kitchen. And to keep on theme, we're now moving around the house. And which other rooms can we talk about, Ben? Which room are we talking about today, Ben?
Today we're talking about attics.
We're talking about the crawl space. Asian crawl spaces versus Western crawl spaces.
We're talking about air conditioners.
We're going to be talking about Asian versus Western bathrooms because the kitchen was pretty easy. There's lots of stuff to talk about inside the kitchen. The other rooms we kind of looked around, we're like,
Yeah.
The dining room is a bit bare.
Yeah.
Even the living room is like, eh.
Yeah.
The bedroom has a few things, but only a few things.
We might be able to do that one eventually.
The bedroom might be the
Maybe.
next thing, but the bathroom also has a bunch of stuff in it that we can kind of compare.
Mhm.
What is different about your Asian bathroom in Asia, or maybe even just your Asian American household bathroom compared to like a Western bathroom? Okay, like a traditional, standard, boring white person bathroom. Okay, Ben. Let's see. How do we want to get into this? Because we wrote a bunch of notes.
So, guys, if you don't know, we're gonna go over what a bathroom is.
Ben, off the top of your head, I'll give you 10 seconds. What has to be in the bathroom for it to be called the bathroom? Go.
A toilet,
And
bath,
And?
a sink,
and
a window,
no
toilet paper,
I think that comes with the toilet.
a sewage system.
Technically, you don't need a bath to be a bathroom.
That is true.
It's
The toilet,
what do you call it?
a sewage
Half
piping.
bath. Half bath. Is it called half bath? What do rich people call it? Things call it half bath.
That's what I use.
Where it just has no, not taking half a bath. I mean,
Oh.
it's a half bath.
I usually take my baths in the sink.
I think it just has to have a toilet and a sink
Oh
to
yeah,
be called a bathroom, right?
yeah, because you could technically shower and expel liquids.
I feel like there's a word for a half bath that's it's a pretty common word that I'm forgetting right now because we're on episode number 2 and my brain is like half dead.
deluge.
No, this is gonna come to me. This is gonna come to me somewhere. All right, Ben, do you want to talk about your
Bathrooms?
first thing? You want to talk about Asian bathrooms overall, or do you want to talk about like a specific thing back and forth? How do you want to do this episode?
Oh yeah. So we kind of found some differences outside of the Americas, and we're just gonna go over it, see if we agree on some things. Maybe there's some things you're gonna learn about today that I didn't know. But I would say we could just start off the bat, a little slow.
Sure.
So
I want to say just as a general thing, Asian bathrooms, especially in most countries in Asia,
Yeah.
tend to be a lot smaller compared
Hey,
to
whoa.
Western bathrooms.
whoa.
I'm not saying just everything Asian is smaller, but
Okay, I was gonna say, dude, I feel very triggered.
but their bathrooms are definitely smaller overall because space is always lacking. The apartments, the houses just tend to be generally smaller than
They're-
in America.
in America, they tend to be a little larger, longer.
But it's
you're
not the
saying?
size that matters. It's about
No.
efficiency
Yeah,
and layout,
and also hygiene.
hygiene.
Because God forbid, you gotta make sure it's clean down there. I mean, in there, right?
I really hope we're still talking about the same thing. But Asian bathrooms tend to be a little bit smaller just because of space. I would say small is not necessarily a bad thing. Sometimes you just want to be simple and practical. I'm talking about bathrooms, man. Please get your mind out of the gutter.
Yes,
I think simple and practical makes a lot more sense.
simple and clean.
When I see people here in New York that live in Long Island, they have these really, really big bathrooms. It's kind of nice, but especially those that have a double sink vanity. Have you seen those?
Oh yeah.
that's
At IKEA.
that's a bit. I feel like that's a bit too much because it's so much countertop space that most of it is just empty and void.
Wait, you're saying one of them isn't a bathtub?
No, it's a mini baby-sized bathtub.
Yeah.
But I would say that's probably a little bit too large. I actually don't. I feel like the one space in the house is maybe the bathroom you can sacrifice space in because you're only really going there to do your business. You're there for like a few minutes every day. So why have such a large bathroom? Especially if the rest of your house is small to begin with.
I think like if your bathroom, if you could do almost like a couple of burpees and push-ups and stuff like that, it's like that should be it can't be like larger than that. If 2 people could do burpees and like push-ups in there, yo, your bathroom's fucking humongous.
Can you do a push-up in your bathroom?
I can't.
Can or can't?
I cannot.
I'm trying to think. I don't think I can do a push-up in my bathroom either. I don't think it's long enough.
Hey, whoa, yo. Yeah, but that's what I'm trying to say. I think it's like if you could like spread out, let's just say,
You mean touch
arms
one
out,
wall
legs.
to the other
Yeah,
wall?
your whole body. Is that would that be a good reference point to saying how large your bathroom should be? What do you think?
So on the shorter end, if you can touch both sides of the wall from your left and right with your hands, you're either really tall or your bathroom is relatively small.
Yeah.
But I think also the push-up test is true though. If you have enough space somewhere in your bathroom to actually do a push-up and you're
Right.
an average sized person, it's probably pretty large because I have
Right? That's what I'm thinking now.
I think I have a decent sized house, but even in my bathroom, it's not long enough for me to do a push-up in.
What do you call this shit? The corridor? This area, this thing, it's like a half wall-ish. What do you call it?
Technically, this is a mudroom / foyer.
Oh, a mudroom.
So a mudroom this is not necessarily a mudroom. I call it a mudroom, but a mudroom is usually like somewhere when you first enter the house, it's like a small little area or a small little room where it's usually ceramic tiles. You can put like your wet boots, your wet shoes down there. It's called like a mudroom. This is more like a foyer mudroom, but my house is weird because this room that you're pointing at used to actually be outside the house.
Really?
Yeah, so that part is, if you look down the block, some of the houses with the same layout, this is actually
Longer.
their patio, their front patio. So this is technically nothing, but it's now
you turned to
enclosed.
something.
Not me, but whoever changed it back then.
Right. Okay.
So what are you saying about that?
I kind of forgot already. I was gonna say, so like this one, like if this was the size of your bathroom, like that's actually a very large bathroom.
That would be a very, very large bathroom. yeah.
right. So I guess comparatively, Lindsay was saying smaller isn't always a bad thing.
Yeah.
It's about efficiency.
Right.
And I remembered a few times I was in Asia. There's a drastic difference in the bathrooms and like the design, especially
100%.
architecture.
I think a lot of the bathrooms, especially the small compact ones, also tend to be wet rooms. Like the whole room is a wet room.
Yes, I noticed you wrote that in our notes and stuff. You said wet room, so
As in like you could wet the whole room.
no.
I don't know how to describe it. As
That's
in
what
like
I was thinking too. Exactly.
you could wet the whole room.
Right.
I'm trying to describe it for someone that's never seen it. It's like the whole shower stall is the bathroom.
You're right. So you know how when you guys conventionally go into a bathroom, there's like a little bathtub stall, or there's like something that divides it, right? That encloses it into
that
the
encloses
shower
the shower
space.
and the slash bathtub for
Right.
the rest of it.
Right. And when I was in Korea, I remember it was just I walked in and it was red tile.
Right.
So, but all over. So it was also like a fucking sensory overload because I was like, whoa, this is really, all the shine and then the red tiles. And then it just feels weird. Like, whoa, this whole thing is tile. And it's like, you just see the shower heads like, oh, they're still constructing. It's not over. Like, you would think like they're still doing more construction to it.
So you could take a shower in that one room. I guess the best way for someone to picture it is imagine you have a standard largish shower stall, and imagine if the rest of the bathroom was in that shower stall.
Right.
Like the toilet, the sink was somehow in that shower stall. That's a smaller wet room, but I think even the larger ones, it's still a wet room in the sense that there is kind of like a drain in the middle area
yeah, I was going to say,
that's separate
yes.
of the bathtub slash shower stall drain. Which, like in restaurants, my only experience with a restaurant was at KFC. But
oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah.
but the back kitchen of KFC, the entire back was a wet room. So when you like hose
Right.
down the walls, when you mop the floors, there was a drain in the
Yes.
floor.
That's a really good point you're bringing up because a lot of kitchens, right, in businesses and stuff, are technically designed like a wet room.
Right.
So whenever we're done mopping, right, by the dish pit area, right, it's called the dish pit. And just like you, right, there is a little drainage there. And there's actually a couple of them.
Yeah.
So you could just take whatever, let's say the mop bucket, you could just drain it
Right.
all out there.
Or if you're like hosing down the entire floor,
Yeah.
you could push and like sweep all the water towards that drain.
Right.
So having a bathroom that in theory has like a drain for the entire floor
Yes.
makes a lot of sense.
Yeah, I agree. And can I ask you then? Some people are this is gonna be a little controversial, but some people like to do their business in the bathroom, as in like they like to piss in the shower. This is Lindsay, you're squinting your eyes right now. So I was gonna say, Lindsay,
What was your question slash comment?
what I was gonna say is like I'm pretty sure in Asian, bathrooms, it's more acceptable where you can kind of relieve yourself.
Just because the room is a wet room doesn't mean you're allowed to piss all over the place. There is still a toilet for you to do your business.
So I guess I know where Lindsay his political standpoint
You're
is.
saying if the whole room is a wet room, it's more acceptable to pee outside of the toilet. Is that what you're trying to say?
I'm just asking. I'm just asking technically.
Okay, just to kind of be on your side, I would say people listening, especially the guys,
Yeah.
99.9% of them have peed in the bathtub slash shower stall.
we did.
99.9%.
Yeah.
Most people don't make it that the primary place to go pee,
Right.
but it's very common that when you're showering, because warm water on skin
Oh.
just gives you that wanna pee vibe, right?
yeah.
I'm not trying to say everyone, nor do I do it,
Yeah.
but sometimes you're not gonna wait forever just to go out and pee outside. Theoretically, you should pee before you get in the shower. I guess that's the
Yeah.
smartest thing to do.
Well, Lindsay, you like to save time. So technically,
I'm
Well,
all about efficient.
and saving water. Hey, not only do you not have to flush the toilet, you just, let that shower head run right down your balls, and call it a day.
Wet
See?
room. Okay. Most of it sometimes. Not most of it.
No.
Sometimes it is a wet room. I think that's one thing. It's an advantage
Yes.
over Western bathrooms.
Yeah, it's a mind trip, but it is an advantage. I would
Because
say.
sometimes, like, when I have stuff leak onto the non-tub side of my bathroom,
right.
I have to mop it up or to get towels and wipe it up. But if you had like a drain there, in theory, you could just like sweep everything to the drain and it goes down.
I was just gonna say that. So imagine we don't have a friend that has a wet room yet. I hope I'm gonna be the first person to have a wet room.
I don't think I've ever seen a wet room bathroom
Here.
in America.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right?
Never.
So all right, if I ever get my own property, I'm gonna turn my bathroom into a wet room.
Yo, if I was building a house from scratch or doing some remodeling, because if you picture where the plumbing is for those that have some experience in like home renovations,
Right.
the tub plumbing, the drain plumbing, and the sink plumbing are all in the same adjacent area.
Right.
It's not so crazy to just add one additional drain in like the center of your floor for the bathroom.
Yeah,
It's
you're
not-
right.
Because you're not bringing in pipes from God knows where. The stuff, the infrastructure
Yeah.
is already adjacent to where you would put it.
I'm thinking about it's almost like there's no disadvantage to it. And it's
what
kind
would
of
be the
their-
disadvantage?
and
None,
they-
right?
Yeah, they're building the bathroom anyway. It's not a lot of labor, right? It would actually be a really good, like you said, a really good fucking advantage to it.
Yeah, and I'm sure they have drains that are more stylish, right? Because you might be picturing like a circular, ugly-looking drain. Maybe they have like a modern rectangular drain or something. Something where it looks like it blends in with the rest of the scheme, so it's not just so obvious that this looks like the back of a KFC.
Some bathrooms, like the really fancy ones, I think there was a guy that he turned his shower into, it was like all tile based, but
Yeah.
one of the tiles actually he was able to make it into like a drain. So like all the water was just going,
Yeah.
like that kind of design.
Right.
I was like,
Just do something that looks more stylish, but just having it there makes sense.
yes.
All right, what rooms? What about showers versus tubs? Is there a difference with Asian bathrooms in terms of showers versus tubs?
So I want to say, for example, I was thinking about that. Some people have bathtubs. Some people just have like the whole wall, I guess. What do you call it? Just a sliding door, I guess, for the showers, right? Because I was thinking about, I was like, damn,
You mean curtains versus a glass door?
or whatever, because some people actually have an actual tub,
Yeah.
right, that they could just shower into or take a bath.
Most people in America have a tub, I would say.
Yeah, I feel like everyone's more opting into showers. I personally like both. I really like doing baths too.
Do
You know, my
you actually
fat-
get a chance to bathe a lot?
I'm not lying. I love bathing.
Do you know why you love bathing when you live in an apartment?
Oh, because of the water. I don't
It's
care about
free.
it.
Yo,
Dude,
hot water is free.
I'm gonna. That's
Do
so
you
true.
know how much money it costs to fill an entire tub
I don't.
with hot water?
I don't actually.
As a homeowner, those of you that own homes,
Preach.
picture your water heater in the basement and picture how much of that water heater is required, the capacity to fill an entire tub. It's most of the water heater.
Oh fuck!
To boil that much water
and then you're out. It's like a one
to
shot.
fill it up. Not even the one shot thing, just the amount of like gas
Lick-
/ electricity it
Just
takes
to heat that.
to heat that much water,
Right.
put it into a tub, and then heat more water for other uses around the
Oh
house.
my god.
Guys, if you live in a co-op or like an apartment building where you don't pay for this, take advantage of these baths.
What I'm gonna do now is just start my own a water bottle company. I'm
Water
gonna s-
bottle
Yeah,
company?
because I have free water. I'm gonna say this is like New York's fucking spring water and just sell it and shit.
I have a tub, but I've never taken a bath inside this house.
Never.
In the 7 years I've had this, 8 years I've had this,
Crap.
I've never taken a single bath in this house.
All right, that pretty much explains. That really paints a picture of
The-
like
the only
amount of
reason-
resources.
The only reason why we have a tub, aside from it coming with the house, is it's
Right.
for a kid. So when you have a kid, it's much more useful for a kid because a kid can be in there and play with it. And for a kid, you don't have to fill the tub up like completely. You
yeah,
fill
put
up-
him in the sink,
You go-
right?
You joke about that, but some parents bathe their kids in the sink.
I've seen it. Yeah,
That's a very normal thing to
Yeah,
do
I've
because
seen-
it's like a mini bathtub.
yeah.
As long as you clean the sink, it's like a mini bathtub. I think it's fine.
I was thinking about, oh, what about fucking laundry, bro? Like you just made me think about laundry. Yo, you're probably like, all right, I don't need to wash this. I could just Febrez's bitch.
You mean using the tub to do laundry?
No,
in?
no, no. I'm saying like, how much does the water? How much does water cost when doing laundry?
Well, when you do laundry in your apartment, I assume there's like a coin operated thing, right?
We have our own laundry machine
In the
our
apartment?
Yeah.
You probably are not allowed to do that.
Yes, Lindsay is absolutely right. And also, I hope no one's listening that knows about this.
Manages your building.
Yeah,
Yeah,
because I'm
back-
really fucked that.
Back when I was working as a property manager, we put it into the lease specifically that you cannot bring in your own washer dryer into the apartment.
Can I ask why? Is it because it takes money away from them?
it uses a lot of water, and most of the time, not most of the time, but a good chunk of the time, there will be a leak, which will cause damage to their floors and the apartment downstairs. Plus, aside from it, it also shakes a lot. So it's
Yeah.
like vibrating your neighbor's apartment downstairs as well.
We have to be on like by it, like, you know,
Yeah.
just to make sure.
Asian people love sneaking like a small-ish compact washing machine
Yes.
into the bathroom and or
Yes.
kitchen.
Yes, I was gonna say that was gonna be on the list of like compact washing appliances.
Yo, they don't have that in America. It's like
That's what I'm saying.
like the top-loading compact one.
Yeah,
It-
dude.
It looks like a oversized mini fridge.
Yeah, it's like a fucking rice cooker. But
It's
you just you just throw your fucking laundry in there. It's like, oh, is there food in this? It's like, yeah, sure. Open that bitch up.
I guess in some places in Asia, they do have a laundry machine either in the kitchen or in
Yeah.
the bathroom for sure.
I was gonna say,
Americans almost never have it in the kitchen.
yeah,
Never.
yeah.
And they definitely don't have it in the bathroom because they have the luxury of having a separate laundry room somewhere else in the house.
Just a shout out to our CTL.
Yeah.
I remember you when we went over his house, right? Beautiful fucking home, large, right? We go upstairs, and you were sitting the second floor, and my guy Linji was like, "Yo, you know how I know you have money, bro?" And I'm just listening. He's like, "Dude, this motherfucker has a laundry washer on the second fucking floor."
He has a laundry room on the second floor.
Yo, like Linji said that, he's like, "Do you know the amount of flexing that you have to do? Like this drip, it's immaculate." I was like, "What are you talking about?" I was like, "Dude, it's mad annoying for the piping to get it up here."
He's too rich that he doesn't want to drag his laundry to the 2 floors to the basement like us commoners. He has to have the fucking laundry room upstairs on the second floor, which is two
Right.
things. Number one, it's expensive to build up there. Number two, it's giving up a bedroom for the sake of having a laundry room upstairs.
You did say that. Yo, when Linji said that, I was like, bro, I was like, you could house another human, but you're like, fuck that human.
I'm gonna put my laundry machine
Yo.
inside this other room.
Yes.
The fourth bedroom just turned into a laundry room.
Yo, and when you said that, I was like, and that bedroom, that laundry room, it was actually pretty large,
It's
dude.
the size of my office upstairs.
Yeah, I was like, dude,
It is.
I was like, I could do push-ups in this bitch, yo.
Yeah.
That was the crazy thing. Is it also because the piping, it just costs a lot more just to build it
Well,
up there?
his thing was different. It was just the piping for the laundry room was just on
Yeah.
a different part of the house, separate from the bathroom.
Gotcha.
Usually, people try to have their entire bathrooms, wet areas, the plumbing all in one stack. So the first floor, second floor, third.
Stacked, okay.
So like all the stuff will be
like in a direction,
right
kind
on top of each other.
Got
His
you.
laundry room was just like away from all the main plumbing. So in theory, you
Jesus.
had to like reroute everything just for that laundry room.
Yo, he probably has his like own water supply somewhere. He probably has like an oil drum somewhere there too.
All right, getting back on topic
Yes,
in terms of
yes.
what's different. In terms of baths or showers, maybe I'm wrong, but I feel mainly only Japanese culture loves having baths. Onsens, that's a
Onsen, yes, onsen tamagos.
onsen tamago.
Tamago
egg?
Yeah.
Onsens or like those hot tub spring things
Yes.
are a part of the culture.
Mhm.
That's why most of their bathrooms, even like the really, really small ones, tend to try to squeeze in like a tub where they can kind of take a bath in there as well.
Yeah, I agree with that.
But I don't know if any of the other East Asian cultures have as dominant of a bath culture as Japan.
I would say, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. American culture seems to have a lot of showers, and I also realize how lazy I am because I don't like standing when I shower. I think that's what it is too. I was like, why do people like to fucking shower? And the main reason is because Lindsay said it.
Efficiency.
Efficiency, and the water, the amount of water. I didn't realize that. So yes,
It's so much water. Plus, how much time do you have? Most of the time when I'm showering,
yeah,
let's say it's post-workout, right?
yeah,
You're already dirty. So you would need to shower and then fill the tub,
yeah,
wait for it to fill, because you know it takes a long time to fill a tub, right?
yeah.
And then get in the tub. And at that point, you're so committed because you spent, in theory, so much money on all this hot water that you're going to enjoy it to the fullest. You're not going to bathe for 5 minutes after filling up the entire tub.
Yo, dude, I've taken I try to take naps in my bath.
Yeah, I would do that if I didn't have to pay for the fucking hot water. It sounds amazing.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was like a flex, I guess. And I was just like, oh yeah, just take a bath. And there's so many times like, if you like got injured or, you're just really sore, taking a shower is just kind of cumbersome. Where like a bath is like, oh man, this feels like therapy.
Where do you have to be injured for a shower to be difficult?
Like you can't really stand. Where like laying down is like more ideal.
You know,
kind of thing.
I feel like it's harder to get down into the tub position if your legs are injured and then get back up
I'll say this. Definitely when you get in the water, that water buoyancy, right? It definitely helps. That's what it is. But I know what you mean by getting up. There's like that little oomph you have to do.
You ever seen in Japanese culture where they do the showers? Maybe this is to save money, or historically it's for a different reason, but to me it's to save money, where the whole family will just use the same bathtub water. Yeah, that's a very okay. Japanese people that have lived in Japan, we know we have a bunch of you out there. I know this is normal because I've heard it from friends that live in Japan.
Okay.
So they do it this way, right? They'll fill
Okay.
up the tub first, and then they'll do it in like reverse chronological order. So the youngest kids will go there and bathe first, and then they'll leave the tub with the hot water for the next person. And let's say the dad, who is like the last person, he'll go in last. So he gets like the dirtiest water.
Okay, he gets all the
He
leftovers.
gets all the
He
leftover
gets
water.
extra flavoring.
But also that's possible because a
Yeah.
lot of the bathtubs in Japan are heated. So they'll keep the water at a certain temperature.
So it's like a hot. So it's pretty much a hot tub.
A hot tub gets really hot. This is like there's stuff in it just to keep it at its current
It's
temperature.
like a sous vide of people.
It kind of is like a sous vide. But our
Yeah.
tubs here in America, me in
Yeah.
America, I've never seen a tub with like the heating feature.
Yeah, I don't think so.
So-
They call that a jacuzzi, bro.
Exactly.
Right?
It's like a separate thing. It's like
Yeah.
a spa jacuzzi kind of feature. But over there, they have the tubs where have programmable things to keep the bathtub water at like a certain temperature.
Got you.
And have you ever seen the tubs where they have a collapsible roll-out cover for it?
I've seen that. Yeah.
So that's also very common in Japan because
oh shit.
if you
okay.
can cover it,
it could kind of insulate the heat.
exactly. So if your dad's not going to take the final bath for another 15, 20 minutes,
Right.
you just cover it back up. And then once he gets ready, he uncovers it and he goes back in. That is actually very efficient,
That is okay. I see it now.
right?
Yeah.
If you are bathing with your entire family, like your kid, your wife, and yourself, that's not that weird.
Yeah.
It's different if I get into the tub.
It's like, hey, bro. It's like, oh, dude. If you want to take a quick shower, what's it? You could go first. I'm gonna go after. You know, it's like I want all that MSG in there. You know what I'm saying?
no, to that point,
Yeah.
some of the larger Japanese bathrooms have the shower head slightly outside. And once again, they take advantage of the wet room because they'll lightly rinse themselves off on the other half of the bathroom
And then go
and
inside.
then go into the tub.
See, that's It's
Right?
like going into a pool. You know, where they have the shower adjacent to the
Yes,
swimming
yes.
pool. That's what I was thinking about.
That is only possible because they have the separate drain for the rest of the bathroom where it's like a wet room.
Yo, bro, I will say this. There's been times where I've taken like a really hot bath. And now I'm like, damn, that's actually like a luxury at this point. I didn't even think about that. There's so many times I'm like, I need a really hot fucking bath. So I guess like I'm just doing what the Japanese been doing.
Yeah.
I guess Japanese people don't have to pay for water.
No, I'm pretty sure they do.
Oh, for
I'm
real?
pretty sure because every Japanese tour I've seen on YouTube, they
Yeah.
have one of those hot water heaters attached to like their
Like
main
a thermostat
system.
or something?
No. It's just so they're. Do you know what a water heater is? It's the big cylinder tank in the
That
bottom,
heats
right?
the water, yeah,
right?
yeah,
So
yeah.
in Japan and a lot of these East Asian countries, they don't have space to hold a big tank. So
Okay.
they have a electronic one. So water just goes in.
And it's heating
It's
through
heated,
while
and it comes right
passes.
back out.
Oh, shit.
Yeah, so they're like a square thing that's mounted onto the wall. And usually you'll see that in the kitchen or the bathroom area. So I'm sure someone's paying for the electricity and it's them to heat up their water.
Gotcha. I thought they just had that thing that dispenses like hot water. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like press that and it just like squirts into the bathtub.
It's essentially, that's exactly what it is. It's like how in my kitchen I have the hot water dispenser.
Right.
It's the same exact thing as that.
So, what's it for our listeners out there? Linji has his own separate water fountain thing, I guess you could call it, but it has a cool and a hot feature. I thought when I saw that, I was like, "Yo, Linji's rich, yo. He got hot water on demand. You know what I'm saying? Like cold water on demand."
Back then that was a flex, but that's actually much more common now. But the funny thing is, a lot of people that have seen that and then later redid their kitchens add that feature because they've seen it at my house.
Oh, so you're like the trendsetter.
Because I only saw that back when I used to have a job and do property management, and we were
job.
renovating the houses, and that's the first time I've ever seen something like that.
Oh, that's the inspiration.
I was like, yo, this is genius. This is absolute genius because for an Asian household, you use
Yeah.
hot water for so many things. Instant noodles, tea, and sometimes waiting for a kettle to boil takes a little bit of time.
It does, especially when it's a large amount of water.
Yeah, even those countertop Japanese style water dispensers that you're
Yeah.
talking about, they
Yeah.
still take time to heat up as well.
Yes, the sojurishi.
Sojurishi
Yeah,
ones.
the elephant boy.
All right. Let's actually get to the list. What else do you have that's different? I think we talked
So-
about general things already, right?
General things. So we talked about the architecture about it pretty much. I think you can kind of paint the picture now for most people if you've never been to a wet room. It's a trip. let's go visit maybe the medicine cabinet or the sink area.
Sink,
You know?
sink, vanity, medicine cabinet.
Yes, yes, yes.
Is there actually anything different? I didn't think about that
So
part.
I wrote some things down. The only main thing I would say is that Asians definitely put a lot of emphasis on their skincare products.
Oh, you're saying what's inside the medicine
yeah,
cabinet?
yeah, inside that shit. You know, like Americans have like their painkillers, but Asians have like their fucking. I'm just basing off like old school American movies, but I would say there's a lot of fucking Asian products that you find
That's a good point. I feel like Americans do use their medicine cabinet
in
to
the
put
bathroom.
medicine in.
Yeah, I don't really do that.
But we keep toiletries and
Right,
beauty products in there.
right.
We don't keep actual Tylenol. I've never actually thought about that.
Oh, you never thought about that?
I've never thought about that difference. That actually is true.
Yeah, there's times where I go over to my friend's house, and I go into their medicine cabinet for
Is your
like
friend of the Caucasian variety?
yeah, they're white, and I'm like, okay, maybe there's like a soap or something, or I tell them, yo, I'm gonna go through their shit,
Yeah.
because like sometimes they have like really nice products, and I open it, I'm like, it's just fucking pills and shit,
Tylenol, aspirin.
yeah, or like some kind of prescription that I shouldn't have opened.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, can I'm gonna have one. Yeah, imagine.
ED pills.
Yeah, dude, like Americans, you guys like to put your drugs in the fucking in the
Technically,
bathroom.
we're the weird ones because it is called the medicine cabinet for a
Right.
reason, right?
Yes.
So in theory, you should be putting medicine in there as opposed to beauty products.
Yeah.
I can picture my medicine cabinet right now.
Yeah.
It's like shaving cream, razors, hair products, skin products,
Yeah.
dental floss,
Yes.
lotions. There is not a single drug in that entire cabinet.
Right? I think that's like one of the biggest differences
Huh.
that you can find.
I'm curious to know, guys, if you're not Asian, do you also do this or do you actually keep medicine
Yo,
in your
Linji
thing?
is literally like, you're fascinated right now.
Because I'm such an educated person that when I learn something new, it gets I'm very fascinated by the
yeah,
fact that
you're
I
like,
learned something new.
whoa.
Because it's such an obvious difference, right? I
Yeah.
just never thought about it in that manner.
Yeah, dude, like you go through our shit. I have the same thing like you said. Like it's little toiletries like Q-tips, skincare products, eye cream. What's it? I even had that
Contact solution.
contact solution, contact cases. I even have the little black spores, which you're not supposed to use anymore. The strips.
The strips,
pore
yeah.
You shouldn't be using that. But I had some of those. But it's like a lot of skincare products.
Where do
I
you
felt
keep your
like.
actual medicine?
I keep it like it's kind of scattered, but like in the living room or I think some of it is in the kitchen, but it's
Yeah.
not. That's not like the good stuff.
Okay.
Like
What I meant was like the bandages and the aspirin and
Right.
that stuff, not the good stuff.
what's it? Do you refrigerate your Pepto Bismol? I don't know why we were doing that for a long.
No?
We used to do that for a long, and then I was like, Mom, why are we refrigerating this? Like, you just leave it out there.
Does she think it's along the same veins of like a sauce?
I think like
It's like
Mom,
ketchup,
yeah, like pink ketchup and shit.
right?
I think she thought that for a while because in her mind, we're taught that as soon as you open it, you have to refrigerate it.
Maybe because it's liquid.
Yeah, exactly.
I think
so,
it's because it's liquid. She thinks it has to be
Right.
refrigerated afterwards.
right. So I was like, I do that. I started putting some of my oil-based stuff or creams for my face in my fridge. Actually, there's a little compartment where I put my creams in there.
Oh, you mean
and
beauty
oil.
products?
Beauty products. I do that. Some people, I know that's kind of like a little weird. I do it because I think like I think that kind of stuff is really prone to like heat exposure or just temperature.
Oh, new luxury idea. Just imagine you're so rich, you have like a built-in mini fridge in your bathroom.
Oh.
Like an in-wall built-in mini fridge that's small enough
Dude.
and compact enough to keep like
Yo, that's actually a really good business idea. That's a good invention.
it could be the size of a medicine cabinet, so it's like narrow and thin.
Yo, Linji. Just
And
stop
it could
talking
be-
about it, bro. Yo, Linji, I'm not even joking. Stop talking about this right now.
And it could be mounted like on the side of the thing.
Okay,
but it's
guys.
refrigerated.
Guys, what's it? Speaking to Linji. Linji, edit this part out. Don't put I'm not lying. That's actually I picture that shit, dude. I want to see how much it will cost to make this.
First, Ben made me think hard about the thing, and now
Bro.
I blew his brain about.
Bro, I might be able to build my own wet room with that. I'm not even joking, dude. All right. We got to talk about this after.
How much
after the show.
How much you want to bet that's already a thing?
Oh, bro, it's on Temu. Bro, yo,
Wait,
if anyone from fucking Temu is listening, fuck you. Yo, don't put this shit out,
don't
bro.
steal our
Don't
idea.
steal our fucking idea.
Refrigerated medicine cabinet.
Because technically, this is under the LLC of Worst Asian. We will sue your ass. I have no idea what the fuck I'm saying right now. But I think that's a thing.
All right, guys, if you make a product, please give us some money.
Yo, please give us fucking royalties. I'm poor.
All right, what else is different? You're talking about the vanity not holding any actual medicine cabinet.
I was gonna say, I couldn't find a real word for it, but I know in American bathrooms they like to call it the washcloth, right? But
yeah. Oh,
washcloth. See,
that's a good
another-
one.
Yeah. Oh damn! I'm all right. That's cool.
American people
Yeah.
don't use a washcloth to wash their face.
No.
They just use, I guess, face soap, facial cleaner, and then
Yeah.
they use their standard towel that they use for bathing just to
Yeah.
dry off their face.
Right.
Because I remember as a kid, the first time I learned that other people didn't do that was when I went to other non-Asian bathrooms.
Yeah.
Because my house, as a Chinese household, we always used to brush our teeth, do all the product stuff.
Mhm.
Sorry, brush our teeth, and then take like this really light. It's probably only like 12 inches by 12 inches at
I
most.
think it's smaller even.
Is it?
It's like I feel like it's the size of a Kleenex.
And it's very thin. It's
Yes,
not. It's not thick like a bath towel is, but it's like very thin.
Right.
We used to just rinse that under hot water in the sink,
Yeah.
and then use that to wipe our faces,
Yes.
and then leave it on the side.
Yeah.
I don't know what the name is for that.
I think it's technically like a
Why people
washcloth.
don't do that?
No, so I noticed. I remember I was seeing this girl, and she was like, "Oh, like, do you want to wash up?" Blah blah. I was like, "Oh yeah." So she comes with like a little essential kit, right, for me.
Yeah.
And I remember she's like, "Oh, and here's a little washcloth." I'm like, "Washcloth? The fuck is a washcloth?" I was like, "Yeah, it's like for your balls and whatever the fuck it is, right?" Pretty much, right? Like, I was thinking, I was like, "Oh, it's a napkin. it's a bathroom napkin." That's what it felt like. And I remember, like in Asian bathrooms, they have a thing. So they have these little really rough scrubbing things. I don't know what they're called.
That's slightly different, yeah.
Right. So there's one where in Korea they have it. They have it in the spas or the bathhouses, but it's like a glove, but it's a square shape. You just put it on your palm or
It's
in
like
your fingers.
sandpaper-esque.
Yeah, it's really fucking sandpaper. It is sandpaper, and they just fucking scrub all your fucking soul and your feelings and your dreams
Yeah,
out
you're
of your
supposed to scrub
skin.
your dermis and like all the dead cells off.
Yeah, and they do it so well that like you look like a fucking tomato, and they're like, "We did the good job." They rinse you off. That's
more
noticed
of a
is-
bathtub product, though.
Yeah, but we have some of that same stuff in our bathroom.
Yeah.
as well. And
Oh yeah, but the face wash thing,
right, see,
I didn't have that on my list, but that is very true.
Yeah.
That is a very Asian thing.
yeah. So those are a couple of little differences there. I'm trying to think what else is there.
What about the toilets?
The toilet is a big one too.
Asian bathroom toilets are just much more sophisticated than American toilets are.
It's like Gundams.
It pretty much is
for your
Gundams.
butthole, bro.
But at this point, I feel some of the more modern the more modern Western houses,
Yeah.
they are adapting and making it possible to get like a nicer bathroom a nicer toilet. Because the problem with the nicer toilets is they need power, so they need an outlet
Yeah.
near the toilet area.
yeah,
And like standard American bathroom layouts don't have an outlet that low near the toilet
that's true. It's usually up there by your hair dryer.
for your hair dryer. and
Yes.
those products. But now when I see these new bathrooms, people are purposely making a lower outlet by the toilet so that they can do that. Because part of the reason why I haven't upgraded my toilet is for that reason. I don't have power source near there.
Got you.
So I can't get like a nice heated toilet seat kind of thing.
Oh
which
yeah, it's nice.
when I went to my brother-in-law's house the first time he got one visiting and I sat on the toilet
Yeah,
and it was the winter, there is nothing better than sitting on a nice warm toilet seat in the winter. And I can't imagine what it must feel like in the mornings when you wake up
yeah.
and it's cold and you get to sit down on a nice heated toilet seat.
It's like a nice hug from an old friend.
It is. I'm kind of like blushing just thinking about it right now because
You are,
it
I
feels
can
so
see
nice
it.
and warm.
Linji looks like he's like just back in the womb. He's like, oh, this is what it feels like.
And I'm not even talking about the bidet features. I just mean the fact that
It heats.
it heats up. It
Yeah.
gets nice and warm and toasty.
It's hugging your tushy, bro.
Can
it's
it get
a
cold?
What's up?
Can it get cold? Like, does it have the
Oh,
opposite feature?
I don't know. Imagine
right?
like you have a sweaty butt
Yeah, that's what I
Like-
mean.
and like it's like it's like what's that in car seats now? They have both heating and they have like cooling.
Cooling.
Do they have it for your butt? Imagine. I think they just spray more water on. I think that's what they do, bro. Right?
They
It's
did
like a mist thing.
mist feature onto your asshole.
Yeah. It's like okay, here.
So they should have a fan in there. So they mist and they fan.
That would be the new thing.
when you go to theme parks and they have those giant,
yeah.
or for
The
you, Ben,
mister.
when you go to like a rave and they have those giant misters,
When I go to a rave,
the
yeah,
giant fan of
those
mister,
feel amazing.
they should do that for like your asshole.
Yeah, yeah. So the bidet is crazy, and I remember like when I'm playing with it, it's a little weird when it sprinkles your butthole though. That's a little weird for me.
But that's more
still.
sanitary though, because
It's a
that
lot more.
lets you use less toilet paper, and in theory, toilet paper is dry as fuck.
Also, it was a shout out to Hassan Minaj. He made an analogy about bidets, right? He said pretty much how it's like the analogy is imagine like you're walking in your favorite pair of Jordans or something, and you just on the sidewalk you just step in like a big pile of shit. It like imagine not just taking that toilet paper and just wiping that shit off your J's, and it's like there's still shit, you know?
Yeah.
And when I heard that, and I was like, oh my god, I was like, taking a shit is so medieval. I was thinking about that. By the way, I took two shits in Luigi's house today. But I
You
get
took 2 shits already?
yeah, I did like back to back show.
Thank you.
Yeah, and it was crazy because I was like, oh shit, this is really not hygienic. That analogy really painted a picture.
Yeah.
because it gets in the crevices of
Plus,
the,
for women also, it's much more hygienic to use the bidet thing as well.
right. Because what if they get the poopy in their little coochie? You know?
Yeah.
So there's a lot of things like you have to consider.
I think the bidet thing, you can get just a lid that has that, and you can tap into the same source of water that feeds your toilet.
Yes, it's just another pipe
Right.
that's right attached
So
to
that you can do for most toilets. It's the heating feature that requires power that most people don't have an outlet near their toilet for.
it. Yes. I was thinking about what do you call those things? That water sprinklers? You know how to they don't have one that just to your butt like it's just usually a gentle stream. Right? There's no pressure to it.
I actually don't know how it works if it doesn't have power then. Because the ones that you can retrofit
No,
onto an
I
old
think all
toilet,
of them needs power.
no,
You sure?
it just takes the pressure from the valve, and that pressure is sufficient. I just don't know how you adjust the pressure then. Maybe it's like a faucet where you adjust the pressure by
you know, you
it's
gotta-
like a lever on the
it's like
side.
if your butthole's here, you got to spray around it because you don't want to go right into your butthole because the pressure's so strong.
I'm sure there's some way that
Yeah.
that it works better. I actually don't know why I've never gotten one of the ones that just connects to the water and use it.
I mean, hey, food for thought. Now we're having that discussion, you know?
Were you the one that used a bidet in public once, and I told you maybe you shouldn't use the public one?
Oh yeah, it's when we had all you can eat sushi, but it wasn't all you can eat sushi from our CTO. It was
yeah.
because I thought that he was gonna make us move mad shit.
Yeah.
Because I knew his house was gonna be fucking ginormous. And I remember I was like already tired, and I was like, I'm gonna need a lot of calories. Which I really didn't. And we kept eating all the plates.
But Ben's trying to say he went to a Japanese restaurant,
Yes, a regular restaurant.
and their public bathroom had a bidet feature,
Yeah.
like a full-on
It was nice.
home bidet feature.
I took long.
But then I was telling Ben afterwards, isn't it weird to use a public bidet because everyone has used it, and if everyone has used the bidet feature,
Yeah.
then isn't it in theory it's possible that there's particles splashing back onto the bidet nozzle
Yes.
from other people?
So I'm just gonna trust the Japanese technology in how they did it. It's the same idea with. Actually, no, you're right. I don't know how to defend it. Yeah, it's kind of gross actually when you think about it. If there's like a little piece of shit on the actual spout.
Yeah, that's what I mean. It's like shooting the shit right back at you.
Yeah, or like there's period blood or some shit. Yeah.
What about
What's
what else
up?
do you have on your list?
So I noticed going back in full circle, and we'll wrap it up. But in the wet rooms, I noticed that in America we have traditional toilets, but in these Asian bathrooms, sometimes it's almost like a urinal that's like on the floor though.
Oh, the squat toilets.
Yes, I want to talk about that.
I don't think I can use a squat toilet.
I tried using it's weird.
And that's more in public bathrooms sometimes.
And
That's less
yes.
in people's personal home bathrooms.
Yeah.
That's more available in certain Eastern countries where it's a public bathroom.
And you know what I always thought about is like when you're older though, it doesn't make any sense when you have like mobility issues. Just like you were telling me about like if you have
Dude, I'm 37 years old. I don't think I can squat like that without probably falling in.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like, what if the floor is a little wet? You could slip just trying to like squat and like, if you lean a little back, there's a lot of things that were running through my head about that.
What's the chances of something from your pocket falling into that hole?
Oh shit, that's
Even
a
more
fucking,
likely, right?
Dude, that's a really good fucking point. On top of that, like if it is a little moist, right, and like you have shorts or pants, you put it down to your ankles, right?
And it's gonna touch the floor.
It's exactly
100%.
So that's the one thing I think that's like a really big disadvantage when it comes to Asian bathrooms, right?
But if
We
it's
can
a
agree on
public
that.
bathroom, I would say maybe it's easier to clean and maintain like a squat toilet
I
as opposed
guess.
to toilets, right?
Yeah, that is way riskier in those kind of public toilets if you have to take a shit. Because yo, imagine like you fall in that shit and there's just shit everywhere. It's like a booby trap.
Plus, you're assuming that every time you take a poop, it always goes in a straight direction.
Yeah,
Sometimes if
dude.
you have a stomach ache, it is a mister from your butt.
Yeah, like
It's hard to aim.
yeah, like you just picture the floor, the tile. I'm assuming yeah,
It's tile.
it's tile. So if the floor is even remotely moist, it has everything there, and you're just like inches away from it. So I just don't see how that's hygienic, right? I
Maybe
think
it's
that's
not
a big
hygienic, but I
difference.
think it's more efficient.
And-
It has to be more efficient.
Right. And I guess another thing is I think there's more like for both cultures.
One quick thing.
Oh yeah, sorry.
I was once in the bathroom. I'm trying to remember right now where the bathroom was, but it was a public bathroom somewhere.
yeah.
Maybe like a beach bathroom or like a park bathroom, and it wasn't in New York. But the urinal wasn't individual urinals. It was like one circular urinal. And I'm trying to
What?
describe this. So picture like a UFO, like a
Oh yeah. It's literally a circle.
like an unidentified flying object,
Uh-huh.
but it's mounted to the floor. So
Okay.
and it's waist level, obviously, so you can pee in it. But it's just like
I
a
could see
giant
it.
circular sink.
It's like a donut for your dicks.
Yeah, and they would all lead to a drain, but obviously there's no privacy.
Do you know
But-
that's the worst design? Because now you could you're
Yeah.
kind of making imagine I would be that asshole if I was peeing. I would pee right across from you
Yeah,
in that circle and stare at you.
Because when you're in a circle,
Right.
what do you look at?
Your dicks.
Yeah, you have to,
It's
right?
like, hey, nice dick,
if
bro.
you look up, do you think it's worse if you're in this donut urinal?
yeah.
If you're the one person peeing and some guy comes and is directly across from you,
Yes.
or is it worse if his dick is right next to you?
So that's what I was gonna say. So there's some. If you go to like a lot of sporting events, they have all these like bathtub style urinals
yes,
where it's literally just a bathtub and it's because it's a drain. You're just adjacent to each other,
Yeah.
right? And you face the wall and you take a piss. The circular one though,
it's weird.
it's like toilet roulette. You know,
it's,
if you think about that,
it's
shit.
one single drain in the center,
right.
so all the piss just cascades down. But I think it was the weirdest design ever. Thank God when I was peeing, no one else was in there. I was like, oh, this is very fucking weird.
How would you feel if you're like pissing, right? You know, your piss stream, and then that guy was piss stream you could tell he was trying to touch your piss stream. How weird would that fucking feel? Like you're like, what the fuck? And you're like, and you just would you like move away?
You mean like while I'm peeing? Just
Yeah,
move away?
yeah.
Probably.
Can you imagine?
All right, guys, we're at our favorite part of the whole podcast. This is ranting and raving, where
Yes.
Ben and I like to talk about something good happening in our lives or something shitty happening in our lives. I'm gonna do a little bit of a rave today.
Okay.
So my
Go for it.
wife, my very Chinese, very Hong Kong, very Taiwanese wife,
Yeah.
is, I told you in the past, learning Korean, right?
Yes.
So we were at a Korean restaurant recently, just the two of us, and I knew that this place was supposedly famous
For
for
being
their
racism.
for their army stew.
Oh, nice booty chicken.
So,
Yeah.
and I was looking at their menu, which was half in Korean, half in English, but the English was very poorly translated.
okay.
And then I was looking for the word army stew because that's what us
Mm.
white people call it, army stew, right?
Yeah.
I was like, oh, I don't see army stew here, but I know they're famous for this. So
Yeah.
where the fuck is it? And then my wife looks at it. She's like, oh yeah, I don't see it. Maybe they don't do it, or maybe it's seasonal or something, or maybe it's off the menu. And then I remembered with my limited Korean, I'm like, oh, I think army stew is called booty jjigae. And my wife can sound out Korean words.
Oh.
So she started going through the Korean characters and she found booty jjigae.
Yeah. Oh shit. Okay.
So the combination of me remembering what it's called and her being able to read it
Like,
out loud,
You work together.
we worked together and we found it.
That's awesome.
She would be able to read booty jjigae, but she doesn't know what it means.
Right.
But I knew it was called booty jjigae.
And you knew that booty chicken means army stew.
Means army
though.
stew. So the combination of her shitty Korean and my
Right.
my bad memory,
Phonetics, yeah.
yes, we were able to actually find it on the menu that way.
That's amazing.
It translated to English as just kimchi stew, which is technically kind of true.
Because it's all based off it technically. But the some ways people remember booty chicken, right? Is if you hear the first two parts, like booty,
Yeah,
it sounds like booty.
booty.
Like, yeah.
That's exactly how I remember
Yeah,
it.
exactly. So
And I know jjigae just means stew soup.
right. So it is army stew and booty chicken, dude. It hits the spot.
It does.
It's amazing. Like my mouth is watering now just thinking about it.
Yeah.
It's the perfect food with soju. I think. I
It
think
is.
that,
It is.
bro. Like,
It's hot. It's spicy.
Oh.
It's salty. It's got the carbs from the rice cakes and the instant noodles.
oh man,
It's
yeah.
got the fat from like the Spam, the Vienna sausages.
Oh yeah.
It's just a good bit of everything. It's got some vegetables in there.
It has just green onion, right?
That's a vegetable.
Sometimes if they put a little tofu in there,
Yeah.
I always ask for them to put the instant noodles, the ramen, on the side, like cook, but on
Oh,
the
because
side.
you don't like it.
I don't like it too
soggy?
soggy. So
Oh,
like,
okay.
so I take that and dip it in like it's like a hot pot thing.
Yeah.
and then I eat it.
Oh, that's good. And then they give you like a bowl of rice on the side.
Ah,
Yo, shout out to Korean people when they give the rice. It's always in a metal bowl and it has a cover, and it always stays hot because it's in a cover.
right?
Yo, Chinese people or any other East Asian
No,
people,
you're right.
let's
They
start
don't.
doing that.
Yeah, they don't do that. You're
They
right.
don't. So usually when you get like rice from a Chinese restaurant, it gets cold by the time you're
Yeah.
like a quarter of the way through the meal.
Right.
But this Korean thing with the lid,
Yeah,
genius.
we love our medals,
Genius,
bro.
Genius.
Thank you.
All right,
I'm
Ben,
gonna
what
take
do you
all the
got this-
credit. I almost forgot. Oh, now I remember. Shout out to this is a. It's not a shout out. Fuck you, Con Edison.
Oh, here we go.
Not about the bill, but
Not about your water bill for
yeah,
sure.
yeah. But there's another thing that Con Edison fucking sucks at is. So I'm calling them because apparently, and for you listeners out there, if your parents are over 62, you can actually apply for some kind of energy affordability.
Yes, my mother-in-law has that.
Boom. So you can just you got to send them some documents after you make an account. But the thing is, it's not about that. But what I did is that I'm calling them, right?
Yeah.
They have a callback feature, which I fucking love. So anytime you have to make any of these calls, you kind of now want that callback feature because you just don't want to be on hold waiting.
I feel
right?
like they're gonna scam me, so I still wait on hold.
oh, what the heck?
I feel like they're not gonna really give me my actual place in line.
no, it's pretty. It's pretty.
That's just me
accurate.
being paranoid.
Oh,
So
okay,
yeah,
okay.
so I stay on the line. I just put the phone down.
It's just like try to do it, but you're actively still listening.
Yeah.
So this is the thing. I was doing that, but I wanted to do that, but I still had to make other phone calls, or I still had to, try to talk to other people. So, I was like, oh, let me do this callback feature. It tells you, oh, we will call you back in 44 to 56 minutes or some shit, right?
Yeah.
So, I'm waiting. It finally calls me back. I'm like, sweet, right? I answer, right? It says, is this you? Yes. It put me on hold again for another fucking 30 minutes. And I was like, what the fuck was the whole point of this fucking callback feature if I was still on hold? But I couldn't.
So you selected the call me back when it's my turn in line.
Yes.
They called you. They said, just verifying this is Ben.
Yes.
Robot.
This is the callback.
Please press 1 to verify it's you.
Yeah.
Verify it's you. And then you wait for the thing.
Yes. I got so mad. You know what I did? I put that shit on hold. I called Con Edison again to put myself on another next call
Was that
back.
faster?
It wasn't fast at
Oh,
all.
fuck.
But that's a good idea, right?
It would have been funny if that was actually faster.
I was thinking like, I swear to God, this shit's faster. I'm going to fucking bitch out that Con Edison.
Ben, do you know what this is? Do you know what this resembles? A past rant of mine? When I
No.
went to fucking Burger King and I
Oh,
ordered.
yeah. That fucking
This
bullshit.
is almost the same shit.
Yo, you're right.
I order for pickup.
What's the
I
point?
go to pickup. They send me to the regular line to reconfirm my order, and then they make it. I was like, what is the point of this pickup line thing?
Yo,
This is literally the same shit, but with Con Edison.
I can see why that seems scamish because like while you're doing that, now it's like a double opportunity for them to try to get you to maybe buy some other bullshit,
Yeah.
more advertisements time. So yeah, that's the one time I was like, this callback feature from Con Edison, yo, fuck you guys for doing that. It's a big FU.
So did you end up getting the account properly though with the discount?
So I called them and pretty much I said, hey, I submitted the document, because it was a follow up. I was like, this is taking a real long time. So I asked the motherfucker, I was like, hey, like, how long is this gonna be? Is it in the queue?
Do you have the paperwork? Can you just confirm you have
Just
the
confirm.
paperwork?
Yeah, that's all I want to know. Is it in process? And they were just like, yeah, we can't. We have no idea. I'm like, oh my fucking god! I was like, you guys really don't want people to apply for this?
I also feel like that's probably a different department also.
I guess, but
So the guy can only see so much on his end.
Sometimes I think like when these companies have these like promos or whatever, they make it really hard and put all these loopholes because they really don't want you to really follow through. I think that part, I'm a little paranoid about.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
I do think they do that on purpose. So yeah, that's my little.
I think you'll
fucking,
get it too. My mother-in-law got it, and I don't remember it being that long of a process for them to get
Yeah,
it.
I was gonna ask since it was.
But that was
pretty-
years ago because she qualified because she's in her 70s right now, so she's had that for a long, long time.
right. So that was the thing. I did it for them, but it's been maybe 2 to 3 weeks now. since
Go
I-
through the process because even if it takes us several months, you'll end up saving so much more money in the long
right,
run.
exactly.
So as much bullshit as it is,
I have to
it's
do it.
worth the hassle. Yeah.
Yeah, I have to do it.
All right, guys, we are at the outro. Thank you
Mhm.
so much for tuning in today. I hope you enjoyed this episode as much as we've enjoyed this fruit platter next to me. I think
Yes.
I continue to eat like half the platter,
Oh shit! You actually, yo, dude, you eat
but
a good amount.
I do it in a very sneaky way. I sneak bites without the conversation just dying out. So I look for a chance when I know you're gonna talk longer,
Yeah.
when you're gonna go to like a long story, and then I sneak a couple bites into it.
I think I did that for 2 grapes so far.
I think I did it for like 3 giant pieces of melon.
Dude, you actually that's like 30% of this shit.
I ate so much of this fruit platter.
It's healthy, but yes, I was gonna say
All right, guys, thank you so much. I hope you're all doing well. I hope you enjoyed the summer so far. I know it's September right now, so it's kind of technically the summer, but
yeah.
it's towards the tail end of it. So hopefully you guys had a good summer break if you have kids or whether you went on vacation somewhere. It's all good, but we're wishing you guys all the best. If you want to stay up to date with what we're doing or specifically what Ben is doing, so many people will message. Oh, no. Someone at my son's birthday party last time came to the birthday party and then asked me, where'd you go last night? I was like, what? It's like, I saw you were posting that you went somewhere, but I thought it was your son's birthday. I'm like, oh, that's not me, that's Ben. He's like, oh, I thought you went out after your son's party again.
Oh.
So just remember, that's mainly Ben showing you what a sneak peek into his life.
Yes.
I'm also very curious what people think about the difference between Ben's life and my life back when I was in.
Oh, yeah. Some people have like stated that. They definitely, they're like, oh, it's to the point they're like, this is definitely Ben.
Any kind of bacha dancing thing, that's Ben. Bachata.
That is so true. Yeah.
All right, follow us on all the social medias at Worst Asian Pod. Come say hi to us.
Yes,
if
please.
not, we will catch you guys next week, okay? Adios.
Thank you guys.
Bye.